Welcome to my channel StarWire Daily. Please share and subscribe and press the bell icon for new updates. It's a quiet Tuesday evening in Beverly Hills, and suddenly the internet explodes. Not with congratulations or happy news, but with whispers, rumors, and speculation that one of Hollywood's most unexpected power couples might be over. We're talking about Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet, the beauty mogul and the indie darling who somehow found their way into each other's hearts, and now, allegedly, out of them. But hold on to your designer handbags, because what happened next is exactly why Kylie Jenner remains the queen of controlling her own narrative. In a world where celebrity breakups are dissected like crime scenes, where every unfollowed Instagram account becomes front-page news, Kylie just delivered a masterclass in shutting down the rumor mill with the kind of confidence that only comes from years of living your life in the spotlight. You know, there's something almost poetic about this particular romance that had the world absolutely captivated from day one. Think about it. Kylie Jenner, the youngest member of the Kardashian-Jenner empire, a woman who built a billion-dollar beauty brand before she could legally drink, paired with Timothée Chalamet, the ethereal actor who made us all fall in love with his portrayal of Elio in Call Me By Your Name. On paper, they shouldn't work. She's reality TV royalty. He's art house cinema. She's Instagram glamour. He's indie film festivals. She's Calabasa's luxury. He's New York intellectualism. But somehow, against all odds and expectations, they found each other. And more importantly, they found something real. The rumors started, as they always do in Hollywood, with the smallest of details. A missing Instagram story here, a lack of public appearances there. The gossip machine began churning when eagle-eyed fans noticed that Kylie hadn't been spotted at any of Timothée's recent events. Remember how she was practically glowing at the Golden Globes, sitting in the audience as her boyfriend charmed the entire room? That version of Kylie seemed like a distant memory as weeks passed without a single public sighting of the couple together. Social media detectives, and let's be honest, they're more thorough than actual investigators sometimes, began dissecting every pixel of their recent posts. They analyzed the timing of their stories, the locations, even the lighting in their photos, searching for clues like they were solving some grand mystery. The speculation reached fever pitch when neither of them acknowledged their 6-month anniversary, a detail that might seem trivial to normal couples, but carries enormous weight in the world of celebrity relationships. Then came the anonymous sources. You know how this goes. Those mysterious close friends and people familiar with the situation, who somehow always have insider knowledge. They painted a picture of growing distance, of conflicting schedules, of two people from different worlds struggling to make it work. One particularly detailed report suggested that Timothée's increasing focus on his career, with back-to-back film projects and award season commitments, had created a rift that neither of them knew how to bridge. The narrative was compelling, almost believable. Here were two incredibly talented, incredibly busy people at different stages of their lives, trying to navigate a relationship under the most intense public scrutiny imaginable. It's a story we've seen play out countless times in Hollywood. Love conquers all until reality sets in. But here's where the story takes a turn that nobody saw coming. Kylie Jenner didn't release a statement through her publicist. She didn't post a cryptic Instagram story with song lyrics. She didn't stage a paparazzi photo or arrange a strategic sighting. Instead, she did something far more powerful. She showed up. Not just physically, but emotionally, confidently, and undeniably. It started with a series of Instagram posts that seemed casual on the surface, but carried the weight of 1,000 words. There was Kylie, radiant as ever, but with something different in her energy. Her captions were more personal, her photos more intimate, and if you knew where to look, and trust me, the internet always knows where to look, there were subtle references that only someone close to Timothée would understand. But the real moment, the one that sent shockwaves through the entertainment world, came during what seemed like an ordinary evening in West Hollywood. Kylie was spotted at a small, intimate cafe, not her usual scene of high-end restaurants and exclusive venues. She was dressed down, relatively speaking, in a simple black ensemble that somehow managed to look effortlessly expensive. She was alone, or so it appeared, until a familiar figure in a vintage band t-shirt and perfectly tousled hair slid into the seat across from her. Timothée Chalamet, looking every bit the indie heartthrob that made him famous, reached across the table and took her hand. Not for photos, not for publicity, but with the kind of natural intimacy that you simply cannot fake. The paparazzi photos that emerged from that evening told a story that no press release ever could. These two were very much together, very much in love, and very much unbothered by what the rest of the world had to say about it. What's fascinating about this entire situation is how it reveals the evolution of Kylie as a public figure. Gone are the days when she felt compelled to explain every aspect of her personal life to satisfy public curiosity. This is a woman who has learned that sometimes the most powerful response to speculation is simply living your truth without feeling the need to justify it to anyone. Think about the psychology of it all. For years, every Kardashian-Jenner relationship has been performed for public consumption to some degree. We've watched their dates on television, analyzed their couples' costumes, dissected their social media interactions for hidden meanings. But with Timothée, Kylie seems to have found something worth protecting from that constant scrutiny. There's something beautifully defiant about a woman who has grown up in the public, choosing to keep the most precious parts of her life private. Kylie has given us glimpses, enough to know that this relationship brings her genuine joy, but she's refused to turn it into content. In an age where everything is monetized, commodified, and turned into brand partnerships, that restraint feels almost revolutionary. And Timothée? He's navigating this with the same quiet confidence that has defined his career. Here's an actor who could easily leverage this relationship for additional fame or publicity. But instead, he's chosen to support Kylie in creating a space where their love can exist away from the cameras and commentary. The cafe sighting was just the beginning. Over the following weeks, as if orchestrated by some cosmic force, more moments began emerging. Not staged photo ops or planned appearances, but genuine instances of two people simply existing together in the world. There was the quiet morning coffee run, both of them in sunglasses and baseball caps, looking like any other young couple trying to start their day in peace. The evening walk through Griffith Park, holding hands and laughing at some private joke that no telephoto lens could capture. Each appearance felt like a gentle but firm response to the breakup rumors. Not a desperate attempt to prove anything, but rather a confident assertion that their relationship exists on their terms, not the public's. You have to admire the strategy here, whether it was intentional or not. By refusing to directly address the rumors through traditional channels, Kylie and Timothée forced the narrative to shift from speculation about their relationship status to recognition of their right to privacy. They turned what could have been a defensive position into an empowered one. But perhaps the most telling moment came during Timothée's recent interview on a late-night talk show, when the host, clearly fishing for details about his personal life, made a joking reference to relationship rumors. Timothée's response was perfect. He smiled, not the practice smile of media training, but a genuine, slightly secretive smile, and simply said, "I'm very happy." 3 words that somehow managed to confirm everything and reveal nothing all at once. That's the thing about real love. It doesn't need validation from strangers on the internet. It doesn't require constant documentation or public displays of affection to prove its existence. Sometimes the most profound relationships are the ones that thrive away from the spotlight, nourished by privacy and protected by mutual respect. Watching Kylie navigate this relationship has been like watching someone come into their full power. She's learned to trust her own judgment, to value her own happiness above public opinion, and to create boundaries that serve her well-being rather than her brand. That kind of growth, that level of self-awareness, is rare in anyone, let alone someone who has been famous since childhood. This entire situation also reveals something fascinating about our culture's relationship with celebrity couples. We become so accustomed to having access to every detail of famous people's lives that we sometimes forget they're entitled to keep some things sacred. The initial reaction to their relative privacy wasn't celebration, but suspicion. as if their refusal to perform their relationship for public consumption was somehow evidence that it wasn't real. But maybe, just maybe, the opposite is true. Maybe the relationships that require the least external validation are the ones with the strongest internal foundation. There's also something deeply romantic about how this all unfolded. In a world of calculated social media strategies and carefully orchestrated publicity campaigns, Kylie and Timothée chose authenticity. They chose to show up for each other in small, meaningful ways rather than grand, publicized gestures. They chose quality time over photo opportunities, private conversations over public declarations. It reminds us that love, real love, is often quiet. It's found in the space between words, in comfortable silences, in the decision to prioritize someone else's peace of mind over your own need to be understood by the masses. As we look at where they are now, clearly together, clearly happy, and clearly unbothered by the noise that surrounds them, it's hard not to feel like we're witnessing something special. Not just a celebrity relationship that managed to survive the rumor mill, but a masterclass in maintaining authenticity in an inauthentic world. Kylie Jenner didn't just silence the breakup rumors. She redefined what it means to be in control of your own narrative. She showed us that sometimes the most powerful response to speculation is simply living your truth so confidently that it becomes impossible to deny. And Timothée? He proved that being a supportive partner doesn't require grand gestures or public statements. Sometimes it's enough to simply show up, to be present, to choose love over publicity every single day. So the next time you see those headlines questioning whether your favorite celebrity couple is still together, remember this moment. Remember that real relationships exist in the spaces between social media posts, in the quiet moments that never make it to Instagram, in the choice to prioritize each other's happiness over the public's curiosity. Kylie and Timothée didn't just shut down the rumors. They reminded us what authentic love looks like in an age of performative relationships. And honestly, that might be the most beautiful love story of all. What did you think about how Kylie handled this entire situation? Do you admire her approach to keeping their relationship private, or do you wish we got to see more of them together? I'm genuinely curious about your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let's start a conversation. And if you enjoyed diving deep into this story with me, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow and lets me know you want more content like this. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss when we break down the latest Hollywood drama. Because trust me, there's always more where this came from. Until next time, keep living your truth just like Kylie, confidently, authentically, and completely on your own terms.